Hey guys, Rascal here, and today I'm doing something a little different. I am covering my first actual little short on here. I know you probably said, well, you did one of We Bare Bears a few years ago, but that's when I was doing like a whole different format, and it was way more editing, and it was more of like a sort of like a bit of making fun of one, but this one is just like an actual review of a short. And this short I'm reviewing is called Far From the Tree, which is a exclusive short on the Disney Plus app. And I really wanted to see this because one, the animation looked really fantastic. It was a 2D. It's a 2D short, which I really don't see a lot of now with Disney doing 2D things unless it's something on TV. So I really like that they were doing like a 2D something else other besides television for that format. And two, of course, you know I really absolutely adore and love Raccoon, so of course I gotta cover this. And as with a lot of their other shorts, this really has no dialogue in here. It's just sort of you hear sound effects, you hear some music, and that's pretty much it. And it's sort of just visually telling the story. Now for this, this one's not going to be really that long because, well, it's a very short and simple story, to be honest. The basic thing of this is that there's what they call a parent and child raccoon. There's really no, you're not sure if either raccoon's male or female, though I assume that the parent one was the father because of how it was sort of designed, and then the raccoon cub looked more female, but hey, I'll just stick with what they have just in case I'm wrong. So the basis here is that the parent raccoon wants to keep the little one safe. And I think they're in the North Pacific area this time around. Like, they're not in like the basic woods or going through garbage in a person's house. They kind of stepped away from that, and they're in an entirely different environment because they're they're on a beach. So I think they're in a whole nother area. And for here is they're sort of relocating. And the parent raccoon, tells the little one to stay safe in this sort of little cave they have on the beach, and I guess it's going to look for food. And the little one keeps leaving the cave to look at shells and things, and then the parent raccoon keeps putting it back where it was. And at first it's funny, but then you realize it's really not supposed to be a joke, and it apparently wants to stay in there so it doesn't get hurt or harmed. But you're kind of thinking, well, there's nothing out here. What could it possibly be a danger of? Well, there is a danger in here, and it was seagulls, and it looked like a coyote, I believe. It was hard to tell a little bit when I was watching it. It looked like it was supposed to be a coyote or a really thin wolf. I couldn't tell. It could look like either, so if you know, you can tell me in the comments below. And when it almost gets hurt, the parent raccoon steps in, and it sort of scolds the little one. And the whole basis of it is that it wants to keep it safe because it got hurt as a cub because it didn't listen, so it sort of literally scarred it for life, so it doesn't want to happen to its cub either. And it was done in a little more aggressive way. I think the message in here was a little bit odd until it got to the end. Usually they like to say, well, let your kids go out and explore and everything, but this one's actually done a little differently. So it kind of becomes sort of like passing this chain to the little one, because the little one got hurt too. So now that one has a cub of its own when it grows up, and it does the same thing as its parent. And it realizes that this was not the way to do it later because it was just being mean to it. So it kind of sets up this thing where it lets its own cub explore, and she just kind of monitors him, and that's pretty much it, which is really different for something Disney to do. They like where the kids can go out and do whatever they want, no parental supervision. It's like that's why they get into danger. But I do like it sort of had a bit of a different message in here, where it wasn't just let them roam free, do whatever they want, and they're not even close to 18 or 12. You just let them have their own adventures and it'll be fine. So I do like it sort of have different ones. It felt like this was a parent that really cared about their kid that wrote it, and it sort of came through in here where, they want them to have fun and explore and be excited and curious, but just carefully watching them to make sure nothing happens to them. It's fine. I don't mind that message. And Some of the highlights I like in here, besides the animation, is that I really like the designs of the raccoons themselves. Each of them have their own unique little design. It wasn't just the basic North American raccoon. One looked a bit reddish, one looked a bit pale, one had different characteristics on the whiskers, on the mask and everything. One had a scar, so you know it had been scratched before and it's been through things. And I really like that they did that and they added a little personality to them. It wasn't just all the raccoons look exactly the same and then they changed their height and maybe add something girly or tomboyish or something on them. So I really like that they did that. And I kind of wish this was its own series of shorts instead of just one, because yes, you know I adore raccoons. Isaiah Garza knows this like every single day, and so does Phoenix, so does Mama. You know, I love raccoons, so I would love to see this be as like a series of shorts, but I understand why they stopped at one. And I definitely recommend it. It's only 7 minutes long, so you'll be done with it in an instant. And it actually shows a pretty good message both to the parents and to the kids watching. Really fantastic and smooth animation. Really good music score. And I love you're going to find the little raccoons really adorable. And I love the little unique designs. And definitely give this a watch. And Isaiah, if you're watching this, yeah, you would definitely, I think you would like this. I know you know a ton about animals, but I think you would really like this because I'm not sure if raccoon's not your favorite, but I know it's gotta be one of the ones you know because you're pretty much the zoologist of the Rascal, so I think you would really enjoy this little short too. So, yeah, that's pretty much our review of this short. I'll review more in the future. And wanted to do something a little different on the channel so you have something more to look forward to. And I'll be definitely doing more of these Disney Plus shorts later on. And let me know if you've seen this Far From the Tree short as well in the comments below. If you haven't, go ahead and see it. There's really no spoilers because it's so short, but you'll really, really love it. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!